Well, I had the feeling The Hills Have Eyes was gonna win the Patreon poll. We just recently did an episode on Scream. Might as well spotlight another Wes Craven film on the show. Not only did The Hills Have Eyes win, but easily stayed in the lead the entire poll, with the sorority movies canceling each other out, though far more people were interested in seeing the massacre of the sorority house, with little interest in just the house. And of course the melodrama choice came up something short of winning, but the comments still overwhelmingly embraced the drama, with one even asking, how come all the comments are about something short of Paradise, yet it's not winning? Because even when the drama choice doesn't win the poll, it still kinda wins. The 1977 horror film The Hills Have Eyes is your classic family versus family setup, much like the Parkers versus the Bumpuses. Here we have the Carters getting stuck in the desert and fighting off a feral family of cannibals. After Last House on the Left, director Wes Craven was eager to do something non-horror related, but the film's producer, Peter Locke, heavily wanted to finance another exploitation flick, even turning down an idea Craven had with Sean Cunningham to do a children's horror film with a Hansel and Gretel adaptation. So Craven based this film on the legend of Scottish cannibal Sawney Bean and his family of human meat-eaters, with the heroes being inspired by Craven's own friends and family. The movie was given 3 times the budget of Last House on the Left, but sadly 0 David Hess music. That could have warned them that this road leads to nowhere. There's even a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre influence here, as the cave scenes feature some of the same props from Chainsaw Massacre, as Robert Burns served as art director for this film as well as Chainsaw. I'm thinking it could be mutants who are around these parts, but the credits font are in Sasquatch movie font. The movie had the original title of Blood Relations, till several other titles were considered, but the one that tested the best was The Hills Have Eyes, despite Craven originally not liking it. It does make for a hell of a title and a hell of a poster. This caught my eye at the video store largely because I remember thinking, that's the biker from Weird Science! Plus the back of the box was great too. It introduced me to Patrick and the badass George Lazenby martial arts movie Stoner. As you can see, it's starting to get late here. Best stop by the gas station before they run out of tumbleweeds. And where old Fred is drinking from his "you're all doomed" stash. Even John Stedman's IMDb page comes with big energy that says, you better not go down that road. Plus he's gotta put up with young mutant girl Ruby.
You folks have to go rob a goddamn Air Force PX for God's sakes?
I'm hungry.
Ooh, I hope it's a heist film. I can't trade anything with you, but I can give you a chair if you want. She wants out of her mutant pack bad.
So that's it! You want to get out!
I guess I'll sleep with him to get out of the desert. Everyone in this movie is sort of a mutant.
That'll be the state troopers. They'll toss you in jail and throw the key up a loud sound ass and holler suey.
See, he can ADR his voice like a freak. Thankfully, the much cleaner Carter family has arrived. It's best they let the dogs drive. They know this land a lot more, while the others are obsessed with getting to California.
LA. Movie stars in fancy cars.
Yes, Dee Wallace and baby Elliot are on their way for big Spielberg movie stardom. However, their dad, Big Bob, has a little something in common with the mutants.
I need to make a litter dump. You got a place to throw some trash?
It's the radiation that makes them do this with their voice. Plus, there's Lynn's husband, Doug. His blood is half Grand Funk Railroad. Bobby, meanwhile, is scouting props for his big Hollywood project, Will It Fit? He drops that project, though, as this is Robert Houston, who would direct Shogun Assassin, the American edit of Lone Wolf and Cub. I sense they're gonna find one of 2 things in this desert, cannibals or coyotes, and it's the coyotes that got the most dynamite. They're running low on supplies as it is. Look, he had to borrow his sister-in-law's shorts. You should come with me. I sniffed out a pair of bell-bottoms if you're interested. Kidding, there's nothing back here. It's just the movie's producer, Peter Locke, who plays Mercury. That's enough of that stop. Thus begins no one ever listening to the old man's advice to stay on the main road. Luckily, Fred's Day picks up. He found $1. Nothing bad will happen now. Goddamn coyotes! Guess they just have to deal with the cannibals now.
Mama, Pluto, you see a station wagon and a trailer?
That's what Mercury said.
God and the angels are watching them, and they are pissed. But not as pissed as Big Bob.
Nellis Air Force Base nuclear testing site. Holy shit, Daddy!
All right, everybody, shut up, that's it!
I told you we're gonna see where The Conqueror was filmed. It's my favorite goddamn John Wayne movie. Unfortunately, he was not watching out for jets and shaky camera work. Here, goddamn coyotes! Sure, the crash may look bad, but I've seen this movie before. They'll just send Clark out to find a gas station.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Some are okay with this predicament. I wonder if Bobby did this in his audition, or if Big Bob was hired for his cranky attitude.
But none of these bastards ever come as close to killing me as my own goddamn wife and her goddamn road maps.
My life was a lot better before my goddamn wife and the goddamn kids with the goddamn barking dogs that wake me up at 4 in the goddamn morning. These mutants can do some things, though. Look, they have radios, and they can draw mutant dicks. Now get away from the goddamn tire with no goddamn axle. Take this gun, boy. We're gonna shoot those nuts into the tire. It's alright, I'm a cop. It is very believable how uncomfortable they are. The cast was miserably hot during the production, as temperatures in the Mojave Desert got to be as high as 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And the fear on her face with this tarantula is also real, as she was afraid of spiders. And this part wasn't even in the script. They just found old Ted here and gave him a part in the movie. I already don't trust these hills.
Well, it looks to me like these hills are full of iron, and if that's the case, you're not going to get a radio signal past them.
No, they're full of eyes. Weren't you paying attention? We were warned by Maria that the hills were alive. I guess Bobby's in charge. He drew the biggest straw.
Me.
Hey, another outburst like that and I'll confine you to quarters.
Okay, Bobby, you look like someone gave a softball player in sleepaway camp a gun. Put the dogs in charge. They got the biggest teeth. I can smell the cannibal feces on the ground. I don't trust this batch of poop. But being stranded doesn't mean you can't have a picnic. I'm guessing there is slightly more Jack Daniels in that can than Coca-Cola. And could y'all make me some beef stew? It's the other dog you have to watch out for.
Remember that poodle he killed in Miami?
Do I?
Oh boy, was that lady ever fit to be tied.
The hell? How many neighborhood dogs did Beauty kill? Why was nothing done about this? Did someone say poodle? I'm awfully hungry. Ooh, Bobby Skywalker is on the case. He'll find the lost dog before the others get done making their bologna sandwiches. Spoiler, Beauty didn't make it and joins Lester from Halloween in Doggy Heaven. They actually did purchase a dead dog to use as a prop for the movie. I'm guessing from some producers making an Amazon cannibal movie. But if it's human meat you want, that's why you gotta get some sauce from today's sponsor. That's right, the Spicy Kitchen. The habanero and pineapple jam goes great with some spleen. And I know that these gift baskets of extreme hot sauces add some fire right to the colon. TheSpicyKitchen.biz, where the hills have flavor. We are back, and being stuck in the desert is one thing, but please, no foul language.
You know, you never used language like that before you moved to New York City.
Now, I had heard that word at least 10 times a day from my old man.
I love the grittiness of these low-budget horror films. They got the look of an old-school porno, so much so the movie was shot on cameras rented from a pornographer. I hope they were also used for Wes's own porno, The Fireworks Woman. Actress Susan Lanier does remind me a little of Suzanne Summers, and then come to find out she was originally cast as Chrissy in Three's Company. I'm assuming let go because she shot Jack Tripper way too many times. Hell, I bet they went through 3 Bobbies here. He kept getting shot due to the jump scares. Enough of that. We're having dog for dinner tonight, you guys. Don't ask how I got it. Now where's the goddamn phone in this goddamn junkyard with this freezing cold tea with no goddamn sugar? There is a phone, though. You ain't shooting my ass, you goddamn coyotes! Then his night gets even weirder.
Get your stupid neck out of that belt, you jackass!
Yeah, why the hell would you do that, idiot?
I thought you was somebody else.
An encyclopedia salesman? Here's where we find out that old Fred left his mutant son Jupiter to live in the hills.
He came out sideways and almost tore poor Martha apart.
There wasn't a sewer to throw him in. This is like a gritty reboot of Ega, where they'll burst through the window before letting a musical number happen. Seems like a family squabble. I'll let you two work it out. Oh, hell, I'm beginning to think this has nothing to do with coyotes. Ain't no way an Acme product did this. The folks in the camper have it better. They've got Pringles and mustard, back when you had to buy those two things separately, before the mustard Pringles. It's starting to get weird around these parts, too.
One time we got something that sounded like an Epstein collar.
And I have an odd feeling someone is watching me sleep. Back to Big Bob. I hope he slows down. Not gonna lie, I would absolutely watch a police procedural starring this guy.
You son of a bitch!
That could be his catchphrase. Sadly, he is no match for this week's guest star, Jupiter, played by actor James Whitworth. If I'm watching a horror movie from this era, I know I'm gonna see some great titles when I look up an actor's filmography. This guy was in a movie called Did Baby Shoot Her Sugar Daddy? Finally, some help at the camper. Doug is returned from his brief time being a roadie for Kansas, and he has gifts.
Did you find anything?
All kinds of good stuff. Look at this. Look at all of this.
I love this guy. He sees the upside to everything. He even found $1. That dollar could have gotten the mutants some way better food.
What's the matter? You don't like dog anymore?
Anymore? I've never liked the taste of dog. You know I'm a cat person. These people may live in the mountains, but they still enjoy the smooth taste of J&B Scotch. It goes fantastic paired with a Big Bob burger. Have that along with your Pringles. Poor Bobby is the only one who suspects anything.
I don't think you should sleep in the station wagon tonight.
Why not?
Look, sleep in here, on the floor.
Listen to your wife. She knows firsthand it's no fun to sleep in a car with a beast outside. Well, unless there's sex in the car with your husband. That'll send the monsters away. That isn't a porn shot, is it? These poor bastards still haven't found the other dog yet. These dogs are putting them in more danger than Pepe from Manos, who was a poodle, so it could have been these dogs that ate him. Or whatever other animals are hanging out in this desert. Oh shit, that's the sounds of Miss Velma's Christmas animals. Just more classic mountain men practical jokes. I think Bobby's getting a little burnt out from the shenanigans. I don't care about the damn dog anymore. He's so angry he can't even think straight. See, he's at the wrong actor's trailer. Pluto is of course played by horror legend Michael Berryman, and he is just awesome in the movie, and competent too. See, he grabs the food and leaves the Coca-Cola behind. They drink their whiskey all on its own. And it was good of Bobby to let the others know that there's some weird things going on around here. Just saying, the smell of mountain men breath and their clothing is really gonna soften up the lovemaking just a little bit, and the explosions too.
It wasn't the coyotes! Not the coyotes! Someone got the damn coyotes dynamite!
In another example of where the forgotten melodrama kinda won, Mars here is played by Lance Gordon. He was a truck driver in Independence Day '83, the official answer to where they got the explosions. I could be wrong in my trivia though. For instance, here I think he's Lindsey Buckingham tracking down Doug to find out why he wasn't a roadie for Fleetwood Mac instead. When he isn't being a total food snob who would rather eat a live bird than their can of Pringles. I'm almost as nervous as the baby. The baby isn't sure which version of the script they're working with. Originally, the baby was going to be eaten by the cannibals, until the cast and crew was like, can you please not do that? As for her, she'll be fine. Bob, though, might not make it out.
Tell my wife and my kids they were a pain in my ass.
He died with the delicious taste of Spicy Kitchen. SpicyKitchen.biz. Taste good even on coyotes. This means we're at the act of the film that's a total revenge movie.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna get those bastards.
I'm gonna finish off that murderous dog once and for all. Even with it still being a classic prank show, the reaction from Virginia Vincent is real, as the squib went off earlier than expected. As for Dee Wallace, the silver bullets prevented her from going on live TV as a werewolf. It goes without saying that Wes sure knows how to create tension. Jesus Christ, it's the viciousness of Last House on the Left if Krug and friends never bathed and there was no comic relief. It's actually a genuinely sad sequence where in the blink of an eye, half of this family is gone. You really do want them to kill the hell out of these mountain men with the help of the Beast. What did I miss? I didn't miss dinner, did I? No, you just missed the cannibals having a contest to see who does a better impression of fat bastards saying "get in my belly." I love that after Beauty died, the first one to get revenge is Beast. Take that, movie producer. That's for not giving the dog the biggest trailer. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. The dog may be keeping it together better than the family. They're a little on edge. On the plus side, this movie could also serve as a Thanksgiving film.
We caught us a young Thanksgiving turkey.
Sharing the baby between the traveling family and the natives is what Thanksgiving is all about. And going out to the desert and shooting at cans. All of those bullets unfortunately went right into Big Bob's corpse. Really, it's Beast, though, who has the best practical jokes.
Breeze, what are you trying to do?
Oh good, we can have fun again. Don't let your guard down too much. I'm sensing Jupiter may be a little dangerous.
Stick your fingers in my pie? That was a bad mistake.
Some people like monologuing before dinner. Jupiter likes Eli Wallaching. But does he have to stare at us like this before we eat his liver, which, by the way, tastes like old style? When we come back, more practical jokes from the desert.
Way out in the desert, further than the eye can see, the hills still have eyes. Ruby.
It's daylight, and Doug is gonna get his revenge the only way he knows how. 70s-ing the hell out of these funky mountains. Yep, that's them all right. They took my poo and rubbed it on their clothes to blend in. It's been a long night for everyone. Tension is still high.
Mayday! Look, Brendan, will you keep it down?
Ugh, mayday, mayday, chicks, bro. Even with being shot in the leg, Mars still seems threatening. Best send in the dog. Nope, I killed the last guy. You're on your own. But they finally do change the tire. It's what Dad would have wanted. Dad sadly died before he could bring in the rest of the Fuzz. What? He was the deputy mayor in the Burt Reynolds movie The Fuzz, which, starred Burt's Cosmopolitan spread? You really can't see a lot of Last House on the Left in this movie, as the Carters use the tools they have at their disposal to mess these crazies up. And the best tool? The Beast. I'm back, bitch. Happy 30th anniversary to Tequila and Bonetti. I'm gonna turn you into a burrito. And given that Ruby looks like she's the one who would most fit in with society, like she does in the sequel, she helps the family by swapping the baby out with a shaved Lloyd.
Oh, ha ha! Very funny!
It's here where we see that actress Janice Blythe got the part because the role of Ruby was decided on which auditioning actress could win in a foot race. See, she is a good one. Here, we can eat the baby at your camper. You have the mustard. Even when dead, the acting here is quite good. Props to her for looking this dead the whole time as they use her as bait. But I'm really here for the match between Pluto and the Devil Dog.
Fucking devil dog. You son of a bitch!
I just love how he keeps calling him a devil dog. Don't ever count out Pluto, though. He'll be back to being a planet and being in the sequel. I think they're giving their location away by following the sounds of that sweet 70s musical score. I love this part where they're almost driven insane with glee about how much they are getting these assholes back. Shit, we're cracking too hard. Let's get back to the Last House playbook while inspiring Home Alone as well. Yeah, pranked! But Jupiter survived from crawling into a Pringles can, which were made from the best iron back in those days. Unfortunately, Pringles don't stop bullets. And that's the end of... Oh right, there's one left. Hell, even the making of this sounds like a horror film, as the snake really did escape at one point, sending the cast and crew fleeing until the Wrangler had to get him back. Ruby would only pick up the snake if the producer agreed to as well. Well, that's easy. He's only scared of dogs now. I love the ending, too. Originally, the ending did go on for a little longer, with the family and Ruby coming together and embracing, but that was cut in favor of this bleak shot of Doug going nuts on the dude and cutting to the credits. I dig it. There, that's the end of Damn You, Tubi, I meant The Hills of Utah. Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes is awesomely ferocious. The movie got high marks for its great villains and absolutely cutthroat tension, where you can practically feel the heat and survival just by the sweat-dripping cinematography on its own. And most importantly, you really do root for these people. It was given praise for how the two families are like mirror images of each other, with the director stating it's a commentary on American politics, which, yes, I'll agree with my fellow critics on this. It'll make me sound smart. With it being a box office hit, it also became a franchise, with Wes Craven returning to direct the 1984 sequel, and the 1995 Craven-produced movie Mind Ripper even started out as a third entry. Craven also produced the 2006 remake and co-wrote the 2007 sequel to the remake. It's fun going back and watching these old cannibal movies, which could get you in the mood for that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie coming out next month. I don't have time for chainsaws now, though, as this tape in my jacket means that there's been a Caligula movie on my shelf this whole time, and I haven't spotlighted it? I'm not sure if there's any cannibalism in this film, but it wouldn't surprise me. And same with mutant sex.
Oh, Jesus. What's going on?